Hey, how's it going? It's Craig. I'm out in the garage, and today we're talking about Play Expo 2024. Let's take a look. Okay, so this video is going to be as rough and ready as they come. I'm full up with a head cold. I think it's Norbreck flu. And I thought I'd just get a video out, first of all, because it's been a week since Play Expo 2024, and I had a really good time there. It's a really good event. It's my third time going, and it certainly won't be my last. I really enjoy going up there. Partly for the event itself. The event is a really good event, and I'll come on to that in a second. But partly because the just the atmosphere on the Friday night is normally the best. Had a good chat with a load of tubers, load of content creators, and some of them no longer create content. In the end bar of the Norbreck, I think it's called Cactus Jacks or something like that. Really good just to meet up with people that I've not seen in a while, some that I've met for the first time, and just be sat with Matt and Steve. It's very rare that we actually all meet up together. And it was like some kind of being around royalty. They were like Tubers High School Challenge famous. Everyone knew them. Everyone was like doting over the 10 years that it's been running now, and yeah, great to be in their honour. They're like Anton Deck or Bert and Ernie of the gaming world, and yeah, they really were lapping it up. I have to say, it was good fun and nice to see that kind of recognition that they've been on YouTube for that long, and yeah, it was just really good for them to see people that they've handed things over to and people who are still part of that community now 10 years later. So that was really cool to do. We had a couple of beers in Norbreck before heading back, getting a pizza and heading back to my van and having a well-induced, alcohol-induced sleep that night. Nice and warm in my van. It's got all the amenities I need, and there was a toilet block across the way, or I could use the ones in the hotel if I had to. Yeah, so really enjoyed the Friday. Friday's normally the night that I think everyone goes up for the social. A bunch of them went to down to, what's the Irish bar? I want to say Dirty Nelly's. It's not called Dirty Nelly's, that's in Amsterdam. What's it called? Shenanigans. A load of them went down to Shenanigans. I've still not been down to Shenanigans. I'll come one year. I want to see what all the fuss is about. But I've seen it in the daytime and it's bad enough in the daytime, so I'm not sure what it's like in the night. But I'll definitely come. Maybe next year is my year to get down to Shenanigans and have a couple of Guinnesses. I'm guessing they probably don't even serve Guinness in a Blackpool Irish bar, but we'll give it a go. Yeah, so that was Friday. Then Saturday is the Expo first day. Straight into the sales hall, and yeah, picked up a couple of things. It's the usual sales hall rush. People go around. If you're going to pick up something nice, you've probably got to get it within the first hour or two of being in that sales hall, because those good things are not going to stay around all day. I got my first item, which I put straight back in the van, which I'll show you in a second. Within like for 10 minutes of being in that sales hall. The rest of the items I picked up throughout the day, just here and there as we were going around through the stalls, really. Then yeah, loads of absolutely amazing selection of arcade games, consoles, desktop consoles, and they even had a section there. They normally have it. I've never been in there for like board games and other things like that. Some indie games, and then some like multiplayer games at the back of the hall as well, and then a big stage with a lot of activity going on. I don't know whether it's the first time they've had it in this layout. The stage was right at the back this time, rather on the side, and I think it worked quite nicely. But the pinballs are out to the side, always by the bloody toilets, and it stinks out there by the end of the day. But the pinballs are always a good selection and well maintained, good quality pinball setup in there. First time ever playing Galactic Tank Force, and absolutely loved it. The game got a lot of stick online. People were slagging it off, saying it was a bit of a rubbish theme and everything else. I think it went a little bit over the top with the tank treads and everything else on the side. I'll put some video over the top. But actually the game played really nicely, and I quite like the quirky video interactions that it's got on there. So that was quite cool to play that for the first time. And I also played Jaws for the first time as well. It was a pro version, so it didn't have all the bells and whistles on it, but it was great. It was a really nice setup. Nice to play Jaws. Inside the connected wasn't connected, so couldn't register my score. I took a couple of photos. I had a couple of good games on it. Didn't get on any leaderboards on any of them, but yeah, really enjoyed the pinball selection there. That evening we went to Arcade Club, a couple of us. It was a smaller group, I think. Ollie and his boy, myself, Matt, Steve, and that's it. Yeah, there was 5 of us. 5 of us went across, and there was a couple of other YouTubers there. Ex Mosquito, and I can't remember the other guy's name that he was with him. Retro Tuner. Don't know. Matt and Steve will link to him in their videos, so you'll see that if you watch their videos. Arcade Club in Blackpool is not my favourite, if I'm honest now, and I don't think I'll go again to Arcade Club. Mainly because all of the games, there's a jammer set up in there. A lot of them were glitchy, so Ghosts and Goblins glitching all the time, no music. There was quite a few games. I can't remember. Gallagher had the rapid fire settings on there. A lot of them felt like they were running on not bootlegs, but just some kind of emulation. They didn't feel legit. I don't know. I could be totally wrong. And if anyone does know the hardware inside of Arcade Club in Blackpool, I know the Bury one always feels really good, but this one just felt a little bit ropey compared to the others. Couple of rhythm games and things like that enjoy playing on, because they're obviously hardware based. The Japanese imported games, they're always really good. Pinball selection downstairs, nice selection, but again just really rough. Even there, what game was I playing? Mandalorian. The Mandalorian playfield on their pinball machine has never seen a clean by the look of it. It's never been waxed, never been cleaned. It looked like almost it's been left out in the rain. It looked terrible. Played on Twilight Zone. Only one range of the sound was working. I had a really good game on it, but yeah, there's just glitches on everything. Mario, Matt was playing Mario, and the flipper stuck up. Black Rose, I think it's called. I can never remember the name of it. It's the piratey type game. That one had a ball jam, and nobody was freeing that up. So yeah, the games were in a bit of a poor condition in Arcade Club this year, which is a bit of a shame, because you pay a decent amount to get in there. I can't remember what it was, about 15 quid or something like that. And then upstairs is the main bit. The food's always good in there. It's a nice bar snack type of meal. We had a couple of pints in there. They always do a good beer as well, actually, and it's always reasonable priced. But I just felt a little bit let down on some of the arcade games this year, which was a bit of a shame. But yeah, that was the end of Saturday. Sunday, we did a quick tour around the room. This is where I got a little bit gutted, because I held off buying something on the Saturday, which I wanted to buy on the Sunday. The creator of Q*bert, the arcade game Q*bert, was there. He's come across from America, and he was selling marquees, like reprints of marquees, signed, and the little trading cards signed as well. I've got a couple of trading cards up here from people, and I wanted to get them, but I thought I won't pick them up on a Saturday because I'm going to end up creasing them or wrecking them. I'll pick them up on a Sunday. Sadly, he wasn't there on a Sunday morning. He's American. He's probably jet lagged, probably exploring the lovely surroundings of Blackpool while he's in the UK. But he was doing a speech in the afternoon, but it wasn't until about 2 o'clock, and we were heading back to South Wales before then. So sadly we missed that, and I sadly missed out on picking up my a marquee for Q*bert, which was being cool to have that signed as well. So yeah, that was Sunday. Then we headed back, as I said, drove back down, myself, Matt and Steve, dropped the guys off, and then yeah, got back into Barry in afternoon of Sunday afternoon, which was quite cool, because then you had the rest of the day before getting back into work full up with a cold on a Monday. Okay, so I want to do a quick pickups. I don't do a lot of pickups on this channel, as you probably know, but some of the things I picked up here I'm really pleased with. I'll keep the first thing I bought until last, because it's at the bottom of the pile and I'm going to drop everything otherwise. It was a little bit EA heavy and a Mega Drive heavy for my pickups, but yeah, I'm pleased with what I've got, and I can't remember, unless the prices are on them, I'm not going to be able to tell you how much I paid, because I bundled quite a few things and got them for different prices. So the things I bought in Eclipse were Basketball Nightmare for the Master System. This one is without manual, and it's got a little bit of tear in the corner of that front cover. I think that was so cheap that I just bought it for a current shelf item, and I'll replace it if I want to get a better copy in the future. It's one I don't see that often, and I thought, well, I'll pick it up while I'm here. I can always have a play on it. I want to have a go on the game, and then I can always get a better copy in the future. So that's number one. Number two from Eclipse was Road Rash 2. I'm surprised I didn't even have this, and this is complete. I wanted to make sure if I get this one, it's complete, and I can tell you how much this one was. This was £19. I don't know whether that's a good price for Road Rash 2, but it's complete, in really good condition. I'd say, yeah, I wouldn't say mint, but it's in a really high, good quality condition. So Road Rash 2 to add to the collection. Love Road Rash 1. I don't know whether I've played 2, to be honest, but I used to play Road Rash on the Amiga. I used to play a lot of my games on the Amiga back then, but yeah, keen to have a go on that. Another game I definitely had this, and I probably had this on Amiga and Mega Drive, is James Bond 2. So this was one of my pickups from Play Expo, complete with manual and everything else. Another EA game, yellow spine on that one. I don't think Road Rash has got. Yeah, Road Rash got yellow spine as well. So second yellow spine of the pickups. Again, in good condition, no hang tab, but the rest of it's in really nice condition. Love the James Bond games. They're a good bit of fun. They're a bit more interactive than just your standard platformer setup. Next games I picked up. This one's not as good condition as I thought it was, but this was in a box underneath the table with a trader, and I ended up buying this, and the next game I'll show you is a bundle, so I got them for a decent price. So Blockout, which is a Kallax style, Tetris style puzzle game for the Mega Drive. I played it before. I don't think it's probably one of those games that's quite addictive when you get into it, but I've not played it in a while, so I'm keen to get that back on, and I'll give it a go. Next one I picked up, as I said, same seller, did a bundle on it, and I've just noticed I must have been quite hungover when I was buying these, because I just noticed the condition on some of this. So the next game is Rise of the Robots on the Mega Drive. Blue Spine game, not known for its playability, but it looks quite good. But Rise of the Robots, but you'll see that mark there? I think that's a scuff on the actual inside cover. I wouldn't have probably picked that up unless I... yeah, it's definitely a scuff on the cover, which is a bit of a shame. I'll keep it for now. It's not. I'm not a perfectionist collection by any means. I don't even mind if I haven't got a manual, but I like them in a fairly decent condition. So that one's quite decent, except for that scuff right on his bloody eye as well. What a pain in the ass. But I can't remember what I paid on that. I think he wanted 20 on this and 15 on the other. I can't remember, but I ended up knocking him down quite a bit. Got a decent price on the two of them. Yeah, so I'm pleased with those two nice games. I will play on Rise of Robots. It is awful, but it's a good game to play as well. So next, as I said, I don't know how, but I think Rise of Robots is probably. Oh no, I've got a couple others. 2 more EA games here. Seem to have been picking up EA games and sports games now. So EA Hockey. I love some of the hockey games on the Mega Drive. I think they're the most playable versions of the hockey games you can get. This one was £4 and without a manual. Not too worried about a manual on that one. I don't think even a manual would explain the rules of hockey to me, so I just have a good laugh at it and play it. The rest of it's in decent condition, hang tab and everything else. £4, can't go wrong with that. Stupidly, I then picked up a EA Sports doubleheader, which has EA Hockey and John Madden's football in there. It's got the double manual and it's got the cards and everything else in there. So that's in decent condition. I'm not sure whether I got John Madden separately as well. But yeah, it's good to have it. I think that one was £6, including the manual, so not bad either way. Next game. I think this was the last one I picked up, but it's not the last one I'll show. Zoom on the Mega Drive. Again, I played this a while back, and it's a very similar. Is it similar? It's a puzzle game. It's a puzzle game where you've got to complete the blocks type of thing. Is it a bit like Quicks type of setup? Quicks / Qbert / Kallax type of thing. Puzzle game type setup. Again, only paid a couple of quid for that, and it's I don't see that often, so I thought I'd get that one while I see it, and it's complete with manual and in fairly decent condition, so I thought I'd get it on the day. Last of the Mega Drive games, and this is the one there's a little bit of story about. You're going to have to go and watch Retro Red Steve's video on this, because he'll tell it better than I am, because I'm full of a cold and he's already told the story. But Super Off-Road for the Mega Drive. It's a cardboard box version. Oh, there we go. There's my indie game. I'll show that as well. Cardboard box version, no manual, just the box. The box is a bit tatty, but most of the cardboard boxes for Mega Drive are just the way they were stored and kept. A couple of sticker residues on there which I can get off. Some of it is scuffed and taking the print off of it as well. So gonna have to have a look at that again. But I don't often see the cardboard Mega Drive game boxed, so I think I paid £15 for that. Steve paid £15 for his, and it's a lot better condition. There you go. I spoiled the ending for this story. And he wound me up for it for about 3 hours afterwards, maybe more. I think it's not gonna. I don't think I finished on that one yet. He's going to tell me for another couple of months, if not years. Final game from around those stalls. Formula 1 2010. I'm going for all the Mega Drive. I'm going for all the Xbox 360 racing games as a subset. And I think this may be the final of the Formula 1 games I needed. So I'll put that on the shelf, and it'll probably never get played actually, because I'm not a massive fan of Formula 1 games. It's in good condition, manual complete. This is one section I am trying to get manual complete and good condition, just because of Xbox 360s and they're fairly cheap and easy to get hold of. So where possible, I'm getting them manual complete. Some of the pricier ones, I'm edging my bets. If they're a bargain and they're decent condition, I'll take them. But yeah, but that one will go on the shelf with all the F1, all the other racing games. The ultimate goal with that is that I'll have in one of my arcade games, I've got an Xbox 360 steering wheel, force feedback, and I'll get all of these racing games onto that Xbox 360 arcade machine in the future. Next up is this Retro Gamer Odyssey, and this is a indie game. This is one I mentioned earlier, and I think it was Retro Ed and Steve went up and they were speaking to the guy that's developing this, and he said, "Oh, hope you don't mind, I've featured you in this game," and the guys are featured in the game. So I'm going to have a blast on that. See who's featured on there. I think a couple of the tubers are on there. I didn't get to speak to him, but I'm going to have a look at this, and yeah, it looks a really cool game to play. It's like a top-down. I think Retro Ed described it as a top-down, like Ghostbusters style, or an original GTA style, but in a two-tone colour graphic setup. And the aim of the game is to get around as many game shops as you can, buy games. I think you can buy and sell games, but you meet tubers and things along the way, which is pretty cool. So I've got a PC set up behind me, so I'll get that played in the next day or two, and I'll have a look at the gameplay on it. It's really cool, and I think it does automatically updating over the internet as well. Final item before we wrap up. This is the main event. This is the main thing I bought, and this is the first thing I bought as I got into Play Expo. I went around the stall, spotted anything that was in a higher value bracket range. You know, they're normally displayed nicely because obviously they want to sell their higher value items quite quickly. So you go around and you're going to look around the top shelves for everyone and see what is there. I bought a Neo Geo Pocket Color in the past. They've shot up. I bought a boxed one at Play Expo 3 years ago, and I think I paid £100 for it boxed. They now sell it unboxed for £250 up there, which is absolutely insane. But this was my pickup of the week. This is in, I would say, retail condition. It is mint. I've never seen a G-Con boxed game in this good a condition. Inside is just as good as well, so I'll try and show it on camera, but this camera setup's not the best for showing it. And I paid the asking price for it. I didn't even try and haggle for it, which was £65. I had a bit of money from a couple of areas that I've been saving for this event, and this came up straight away, and I was like, I'm having it. So I'm going to rest it on my shoulder like a parrot. It's got the 2 instruction cards in there, the one the safety one and the one for help, and then everything else is like brand new, complete. I don't think it's ever been played. It's been, even all the cable ties around the cables, the connectors in there, the adapter, everything's in there. The game is complete and in really mint condition. So yeah, I've got already a Point Blank 1 and 2 in the big box. I don't have any of the Time Crisis. I missed a Japanese one off in the same stall last year. I think it was last year, was it the year before I was up there? And I was gutted I missed it. So yeah, getting this one straight away, I'm really happy with that. It's got 1 or 2 slight marks on it, if I want to be totally brutal about it, but it's in really, really good condition. Yeah, so that will complete my, well, it won't complete because I'd like to get some of the other big box G-Con games, but that'll go on the shelf next to my G-Con setup. and yeah, really pleased with that pickup. Okay, I'm going to stop talking now because I cannot breathe anymore. I've been rambling on for 20 minutes 44 seconds, probably a little shorter when I edit out some of the jumble. But yeah, it was a really good weekend. As always, Play Expo is probably the event, I would say, if you want to get to and play games. So if you want to go to an event, you want to play some games, you want to have a beer with some mates, and you want to buy some items, Play Expo Blackpool every October is definitely worth going to. So I'll put a link in the description down below to Play Expo. I'm not going to link to all the tubers' channels. I've mentioned some names in here, but if I try and link to them all, I'm going to forget people and upset people. So I'm just going to link to Play Expo. Have a look, search on YouTube for Play Expo 2024. You'll see some of the other content out there. And yeah, really good. If I met you at the show, nice to see you again. Hope you subscribe to the channel. Give us a link down below. Comment down below. Let me know on the pickups what you think of them. And yeah, it'd be great if you did see me at Blackpool. You never said hello, or you're too embarrassed. I can get it. I get it. But I'll no doubt catch you again in the future. It was really good just to see everyone, and yeah, a great event. So looking forward already to next year. I think I'll start saving my pennies for another couple of pickups up there. Maybe go a bit bigger on the buy-in next year, but we'll give it a go. All right, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.